Hello, everyone, and welcome to Explorers of Elsewhere Live. Hi, I am DM Dan. I'm hoping that we are broadcasting to the masses.
I can't see anything yet.
It's going to take a while.
Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Hey.
We all good?
Looks like it's going good. You're coming through, Dan.
Beautiful. That's a good start. We're just going to get this out of the way now, and then never have to worry about it for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, next week.
Beautiful. Okay, so hello, welcome. My name is DM Dan. We are the Explorers of Elsewhere, and today is a very auspicious day, for we shall be starting the third campaign in the Elsewhere setting. Welcome, everyone, to the Titan Isles. I am joined tonight by 5 beautiful creatures. Immediately over from me, over there, is Nate. Hello, Nate.
Hello.
Immediately below me is Livy. Hello, Livy.
Hello.
Down across the way, over there, is Georgia. Hello.
Hello.
And below, all the way down the bottom, is Theo. Hello, hello.
Hello.
And right over there, skulking where we thought we wouldn't see him, there's a Tim.
I knew I thought I'd get away with it. Hello.
hello. And hello to all of you who are watching. Hello in wherever you happen to be. Hello in chat. Yeah, we're going to start a brand new campaign for your little eyeballs and your little ear holes with a brand new rule set. We are running Campaign 3 using the Daggerheart system from Darrington Press, Critical Role. The reception to Daggerheart has just been crazy since it released last Tuesday. So I'm really, really pleased and excited for what we have in store for you all. Just to real quickly check, are we lagging a little bit?
You might be lagging a little bit, Dan.
I might be lagging a little bit.
Yes.
How rude. Okay, maybe I will. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. I will. I'm sure I'll figure something out real quick. Well, tell you what. I mean, if my voice is fine, then I'm sure that we can just listen to my dulcet tones. Right, enough prattling. We are due to start campaign 3. If you're new around here, hello, welcome, hi. Please consider subscribing and or following, depending on whether you're on YouTube or over on Twitch. We are going to be live streaming this campaign weekly. The campaigns themselves are only 20 weeks, so you don't want to miss any of the episodes as they roll out. And as I say, this is a third campaign, so if you're liking what you're seeing and you've subscribed and you've followed, you should absolutely check out either the 2 other campaigns that we've run or the Daggerheart mini campaign that wasn't the campaign that became a campaign. There's loads and loads of content for you to watch, main campaign stuff or otherwise. So yeah, treat yourself. But first things first, I reckon we just jump straight in with a little title sequence. Are we all ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
Good.
Let's go.
Hello, I'm Nate, and I'll be playing Griffin, a Sanguivar bard.
Hi, I'm Livy, and I'm playing Abe, the Guardian Keeper.
Hello, my name is Theo, and I'll be playing Cooper, a Dragon Scent Rogue.
Hi, my name is Georgia, and I'll be playing Cassandra, an Asavar sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm playing Gardy, Majani Druid.
And my name is DM Dan.
the Games Master in this adventure. Many people wiser than me would tell you that conflict causes enormous stress and strain on the world, encouraging one to inflict misery and hardship on others. They will point to the events of the War of Dragons over 3 years ago as proof that not even the gods themselves are immune to the perils of conflict. Indeed, the devastation wrought upon the world of elsewhere is plenty proof enough. However, conflict does not have to breed disaster and naught else. Before the war, conflict would inspire those to reconsider, invent, or consolidate to reach a more beneficial outcome for all. The streets of Dawlishal are rife with conflict that encourage progress, the unusual union of neighbours in one small town. Perhaps more extravagantly, the Titan Isles mirror this conflict as well. A paradise spawned from the energies of the two world spirits, Pfizer and Burunan. As 5 souls come together at the start of our journey, who knows what conflicts will drive them on to higher glory? Or, perhaps, what conflicts will drive them to indiscriminate ruin? And so, we find in a small little town built on the side of a large rock-like mound emerging from the sea, a sea of gently rolling azure blue. We see a small little town made of light coloured stone to better reflect the near constant display of sunshine that rains down from above. People scurry backwards and forwards, chatting to each other, smiling, waving, wishing each other well as they go about their daily business. And near the centre of the town, in a relatively open plaza, stands 2 vertical columns, between which an intricate sandstone-coloured arch hangs. Beneath the arch and between the columns is a swirling, shimmering miasma, one that occasionally, frequently, flickers to show some other place beyond the veil. And with a characteristic and now familiar sound, 2 figures step through onto the sunny streets of Dawlishal. As the 2 figures emerge and take in the sights, the sun, the first thing you notice is how much brighter and warmer this town, Dawlishal, seems to be than where you've just come from, the bustling capital city of Avamore, decidedly more temperate back in the capital. But as you kind of get over that kind of familiar queasiness in your guts as you kind of steady yourself, having just used the portal, the 2 of you see 2 figures, a Laravel woman who looks a little bit older, perhaps her late 40s, early 50s, stood alongside a tall, slender, silver-scaled dragon scent. And spying these 2 new arrivals, the Asavar, the Laravar woman and the dragon scent man dressed in regal kind of what you presume is a guard's uniform come scurrying over, rushing over to greet you. As they, Georgia, please describe your character to us.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Cassandra is an Asavar. So she has the customary pointy ears of Asavar. She has a mass of ginger hair that she's sort of got piled in quite a messy bun. It's probably got lots of pencils and bits sort of stuck in there to hold it in place. And she has sort of the wide-eyed, interested expression of one who is about to ask a lot of questions about the portal they've just come through. She's very excited to be there.
Amazing. And Tim, describe your character to us.
Sure. So, Gardi is a one of the grey-skinned Majani with the customary crystal horn jutting out from his forehead. Although he also has some slightly smaller crystalline growths across his forehead as well, which his grandmother always told him marked him out for greatness, but he never paid it too much heed. He's wearing kind of simple traveling clothes and looks relatively overwhelmed most of the time.
Amazing. Well, as the two of you watch these these locals approach you at speed, maybe not speed, but they certainly look like they've been waiting for you. The Asavar woman, she is the one who kind of addresses you first and foremost. She kind of takes a very central position in front of the two of you, with the dragon scent stood behind her. And as she sort of like brings herself up, stands herself up straight, you see her kind of flick some hair over her kind of pointed ear, and she smiles. It's a genuine smile. Hello, welcome to Dawlishal. Thank you for coming. Thank you for responding to our missives. My name is Mayor Coraline Balroon. I am the mayor of Dawlishal. I overlook the day-to-day proceedings of the city and her people. Have you been explorers long? She says, and she looks like she's not entirely sure how to sort of like hold a conversation. Perhaps the mantle of mayorship is still slightly kind of odd to her. But have you been explorers long? She says, looking for small talk.
Long enough. So, when do we get to see them?
Coraline, so the mayor sort of like raises her eyebrows. Perhaps her suspicions, her sort of like expectations of what explorers would be like, seemingly proven. And she sort of like turns her head to glance at her companion. So this tall, slender, silver-scaled dragon scent with this kind of luscious mane of kind of sun yellow hair cresting from the top of his head, emerging from the tip of his tail that swishes around, sort of like around his ankles, almost in a metronomic kind of way. And sort of like one hand clasped at the small of his back, he gestures with his other. Well, I'm sure there will be time to, soon, absolutely. But perhaps you would want to get yourself slightly settled in to the town, see what we have to offer. It would be wise not to want to hurry too quickly, he says. And you notice him glance slightly like northwards, towards the sea, and as you kind of follow his gaze over the rooftops of the buildings that kind of tower above you, you can see the peaks of some of the like mountains that are emerging from the Titan Isles to the north of you, like across the sea. But curiously, perhaps worryingly, especially maybe for you, Cassandra, is that as you look north, whilst here in Dawlishal the sun is beaming, the breeze is gentle, there's this the warmth tingles your skin. The skies over the Isles are tinged with a dark violet, like a violet darkness. Peals of pink lightning racing through the heavy clouds overhead. There may be some issues with sending you right now, the Dragon Sense says, but as soon as it's safe, and as soon as it's safe, I'm sure we can get you on your way. The Dragon Sense then sort of like raises his eyebrows in surprise and. My apologies, getting to business straight away. My name is Captain Thaniel Hastings. I am the captain of the guard. So, whilst my colleague here, whilst the mayor looks after the people who are doing what they're supposed to be doing, I am primarily in charge of the people who are doing what they're not supposed to be doing. And like, there's this self-righteous kind of importance on his face, like he holds his position with pride as he kind of gives himself almost a very curt nod. And I'm sure we can. Yes, if you're not too flummoxed about not going straight away, please. I'm sure we can show you some of the wonders that Dawlishal has to offer. He said.
You called us here specifically for a reason. I was under the impression that it was urgent.
The mayor, like, she nods and, well, yes. When we put out the missive, we were worried about the weather that was happening over the Isles. It seems this localized storm over the mainland. It was already pretty violent when we submitted the Explorer missive to Avamore, but in the week or so since we posted that missive, the storm has been getting steadily worse. Unfortunately, our harbour master has decided that no vessels are allowed to head to the mainland. The waters are too dangerous at the moment. When the storm quells, we will make sure that you are on the first ship towards the mainland, if that suits.
Spirits bless you for your hospitality, but we're not here as tourists.
Yes, I understand that. I appreciate that. I thank you for your for the speed in which you've responded. But I worry that if I were to put you on a ship to the Isles now, I would be sending you to a early and watery grave, and that is something I absolutely do not want to happen. So, please, we're hoping that come the morning, the storm will be somewhat more manageable. But please, if you follow me, we've set you up with some lodgings at the local inn, and we'll make sure that we're in direct contact. So as soon as you're able to travel to the mainland to investigate this phenomena, you can.
Please do.
The mayor sort of like smiles, nods. It's clear that she kind of her face says she realizes that the urgency of the missives, like summoning explorers to Dawlishal to investigate these storms. It was quite an urgent missive, but yeah, you Cassandra, you certainly kind of acknowledged that she is a woman that seems to have seems quite a little bit po-faced, a little bit egg on face, because actually you've arrived here and now she can't send you. But she smiles at your acceptance and please follow me, she says. And as she leads the two of you away northwards, so, in a northeasterly direction, we turn to two more figures stood on a jetty looking out to sea, which again the sea gently laps against the docks and the piers. You can see an impressive number of sort of like fishing vessels, primarily fishing vessels that are all moored up here on the harbour. But you can see that there are also a lot of dock hands that are just kind of idling, sat around on boxes and barrels, kind of gossiping or just sort of like wasting time for all except whiling away the time. You can see a number of bored fishermen sat on the edges of their boats, rolling their eyes and tutting, as eyes venture north to this roiling purple storm that dominates the mainland to the north. And two figures that stand out from the locals of Dawlishal, like the fishermen and the dock workers. Theo, describe to me your character.
Cooper is a copper-coloured dragon sense. He has he's wearing a diagonal vest with like lots of different colours, with a white undershirt, shorts. He's not massively tall for a dragon scent. I think they stand a bit taller, so I'd say they're about 6 foot. So I think he stands on level with his companion. He has what is left of two horns, like kind of like they look like they were like ripped off at the top of his head, and a mane of red hair, which is like slightly graying at the tips. And in terms of his coloring as well, even though he's like copper colored, strangely something about the way like the light shines on his scales, it looks like he always has a permanent 12 o'clock shadow. And yeah, he's just kind of just chilling out, I think. Just he seems very dashing, very charming, as is his way. Just chatting with his companion.
Okay. Well, speaking of said companion, perhaps slightly more energetic than Cooper. Nate, describe to me your character.
Griffin is an Asavar, but he has obviously one of the most striking parts of him is the fact that he has red eyes, marking him as a Sanguivar. But he has sort of dirty blonde, sort of billowing hair that goes over sort of one side. That sort of is opposite, sort of like a very closely shaven part of his head. He's wearing sort of noble clothes, but it's obvious that he's been wearing them for a very long time. They're quite worn, they've got patches over them, not really knowing whether or not he had these to begin with, whether he stole them, whether he got them somehow, no one really knows, and he's not going to tell them really. But he's sort of kind of slightly hopping from one foot to the other. He's got a concertina sort of in his hand. He's not really playing it, but he's sort of pedaling his fingers along the keys, just trying to keep to sort of like a sort of rhythm on it. And I like to think he's kind of just yammering at Cooper without actually. So Conrad in the big copper pot, he was saying that like he had like these napkins with like a special color on them, and I was like, oh, that's really good. I think that was really matching with your branding. But then Belvasar in the lobster, he was like, "Oh no, that's copying my one," and I was just like, "Fellas, you can't you just have like the same color? I mean, this one's a little bit peachy, this one's like a little bit more sort of like an auburn red, you know." So I was saying, like, look, you guys, you can still be like, people still really want all different sorts of seafood around here. Like, some people want crab, some people want lobster. So I was saying, like, can't we just get along? You know, I mean, we're on the same route. Like, lots of tourists go through here, so you know. What do you think, Cooper?
I mean, seafood is seafood. I don't know.
That's what I said. And I said they probably would like, some people would really like some different kind of seafood, you know, because I quite fancy crab. Like, most of the time, I really like crab, by the way. Do you like crab? I love crab. So, but I said, like, some people like lobster. Some people want to go a little bit more out of there, you know. So I was just like, yeah. I think they made up. They had a fight.
All right. That's cool. Like, did someone get a bleed or anything? Or was it like a fight? Okay. Cool.
And then they really liked that color of red. So then they started fighting over sort of like the blood red that they could have on the napkins. And I just said, well, one of you's got to make up a situation. And then they hit me. And I didn't know why. I think it was just because I was giving some branding advice. But, you know.
I think you should probably just stick to the playing, mate. The playing's good.
I know, yeah, I like that, but I was kind of thinking that I could probably branch out into something else, you know, because playing can only get you so far. Maybe I could, you know, sort of do like restaurant branding. I think that would be quite fun. I've seen like the barrel around the corner. They're starting to do like little umbrellas. I think that would go really great, like everywhere.
When the GM can't even sidestep back in, my heart bleeds for Cooper. Cooper, as Griffin is just sort of like bombarding you with this like stream of consciousness, you're like, is there anything in particular on the harbour that you're kind of keeping an eye on? Either in the harbour, are you perhaps keeping an eye on the storm, or what's? Because I'm imagining some of your answers to Griffin are just the sort of like, that you do when you're on the phone. So is there anything particular that's actually got your attention?
He's definitely like half listening for sure. I think after the time he spent with Griffin for the last few days, maybe weeks that he's been here, I'm not entirely sure. But, he's got used to Griffin. He doesn't mind him talking. He doesn't always have a response, but it's nod, okay. He's probably more interested in what's going on in the harbour, just in regards to having finished a job recently with the pirates here, and just keeping an eye out to see if there's anyone he notices, whether he should be, keeping a bit of a lower interest. Like, does he need to go inside somewhere with Griffin, or is Griffin causing too much attention? That's usually like his thing.
Sure. Well, in which case, as you're kind of keeping an eye out across the harbour in general, your eyes do spy amongst the sort of like the relatively kind of almost like amongst the burly dock hands that are kind of loitering around. You do notice this small little kind of waif of a Lorivar, who's kind of wildly out of place, thanks to his sort of like clean clothes, like his bright clean clothes, and this sort of like almost like a clipboard of sorts, and a big kind of feathery quill, and you spy this young lad kind of going from what it looks to be is from like boat captain to boat captain, and he looks quite sheepish and timid, because every time he leaves one of these groups of sailors, it's always to the sounds of like despair or like upset, frustration, like they start like jeering and sort of like waving fists at him, as he sort of like scurries away before there's any kind of like physical retribution. And as it, like, Cooper, you've just been watching this lad kind of coming down the harbour, like upsetting all of the sailors along the way, and then he finishes rough, like in front of the two of you, and just like, lets out a little puff, like a little sigh.
What's up? What's up?
And
tell us.
And the harbour master turns to you. You, Cooper, you know this lad to be called Montague. He, it's perhaps. Cooper, perhaps with your years of experience, it's clear that this lad has been gifted this job by virtue of not out of experience. He was kind of in the right place, right time kind of thing.
Is he a Nepo baby, Dan?
He might be. It looks like, yes, it looks like he was certainly carried here on someone else's coattails.
Sure.
But yeah, Montague just he lets out a little sigh, turns to you, and you see him sort of adjusting the little kind of magnifying lenses attached to the side of his glasses. And as you ask him what's up, how he is, Griffin, he turns to you and I just don't understand why they're so upset. I mean, it's the same thing that I told them yesterday. The storm's getting worse. So there's just absolutely no way that they're probably not even going to find any fish out there if they did go out. But no, it's my fault that there's a massive giant purple thunderstorm over the island. Of course, it's my fault, just because maybe it's because I'm wearing purple. Maybe that's why, he says, and just you can see he's trying to release all of this frustration. And then he does a little tiny pathetic little stamp of his foot on the floor. And then
I'll cheer up, little Monty, it's big cloud, big scary, woo, don't like that. But don't worry, it will soon pass. It always does. We've seen a couple of these now. They always pass.
He nods. Well, I hope so, because if the storm doesn't pass soon, then all of this lot, he says, gesturing wildly to the dock hands, they're probably going to riot. And I've already got enough of a handful looking after all the pirates over on dockside. I don't need this lot causing trouble as well. If you do, maybe if you have a moment, if you could head over to the Sailor's Sanctum, please. Someone needs to get a message through to Renangar that these storms just have to stop. I mean, the sky is his domain. I don't know why he's not sorting it. But I've got too much work to do, he says. And sort of you see him, he's leafing through pages, manifests on his clipboard, and then thank you, he says, quite sincerely, and then you see him sort of skulk off, his shoulders dropped a little bit as he's just clearly exhausted from the gauntlet of angry dockers. And as the two of you watch him go, there's a just over to you, the largest ship in the dock. It's a large kind of 3-sailed bark that's docked on the far right kind of jetty. You see, stood at the sort of the entrance, there's a gangplank from the jetty, a fixed kind of gangplank from the jetty to the side of the ship. And leaning against the door frame, watching Montague kind of scurry off, you see this large kind of burly looking bearded wolfkin man. And Cooper, you've been in Dawlishal for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He sort of waves over to you, and you recognize the silhouette of Matteo Brevetti. He's the innkeep of the Windward Peregrine, which is the large ship that's moored up in the docks, which has now been converted into a inn-cum tavern. He kind of gives you a little wave, having just kind of spied you, having seen Montague kind of storm off. And he kind of shouts out to you, "Hey, Cooper! You coming for a drink later?"
Of course I am. I'm on holiday. So, he says this in a very kind of, I wouldn't say aggravated tone, but it's I've been on holiday for a bit too long now. He's like, I'm on holiday, is what he tells everyone. But he's not. He's not on holiday.
He, in which case, sort of like, as you kind of give him an affirmative, he sort of like gives you a big thumbs up, and then you see him step into the ship, like the main. He steps into the ship, which is now the tavern. And as the two of you sort of like turn your attentions back to the now very disgruntled dock workers, quite far away from the sea by comparison, all the way in the southwest corner, stood on a ridge overlooking this sprawling little town called Dawlishal, stands a solitary figure. Like you're on a path that leads down into the town proper. Livy, describe your character to us.
Abe is very, very tall, very, very wide. He is a sort of older, grizzly keeper. He has sort of the stereotypical keeper horns, but they're a bit more sort of ram-like. And the most telltale side of him being a keeper is he's got big old goat legs that he's stomping around on. The best way to describe him is weathered, I would say. And he's standing sort of on this path down, looking over the town and looking up at the storm. He has a sort of mug that he's obviously brought with him of hot something, coffee, alcohol, who knows. And he is exchanging glances at grumbling at the storm to grumbling at the town in quick succession, just and sort of drinking his coffee as he's kind of making his way down the hill in a sort of slow but determined walk, I would.
Sure. Well, as you're making your way down, you've learned that this, like the southwestern corner, like the southwestern chunk of this town, is known as Moundside, and it appears to be, from what you understand, it appears to be where all the rich noble of Dawlishal have set up here. The houses are large, they're extravagant, they're excessive almost. But presumably, as you start sort of like trampling through some of their back gardens, on your way
indiscriminately,
yes, just like stomping through their flower beds, like stepping over their little almost like picket fences. What do you make of the influx of people? I mean, obviously you yourself, as I understand it, aren't native to this place, but like now that Dawlishal positively teems with now who can now be considered locals, but also tourists pouring into the beaches. So there's a beach to the north of you, West Point Beach, and Titan's Beach just kind of further around the coast, with new faces constantly pouring through the portals from Avamore to take residence in the holiday homes of Upper Dawlishal. What are your thoughts about this town?
Not great. Abe came here for a quiet, easy, solitary life where he could carve out a little piece of paradise for himself without people or anything else to bother him. And as soon as that bloody portal was built, they've just come in, building up, gentrifying the whole place. Like, we didn't have macchiatos, and now we've got macchiatos going on, you know. And he's just not. He's not happy with it. He just wants to grow kale and goats and live a quiet and humble life. And all these bloody rich people are coming in, building their holiday homes. They only stay here like 3 times a year. They don't even pay taxes.
Okay, so as you're sort of like grumbling yourself to yourself, and you make your way onto the main street, which you know that the locals have dubbed this street that runs from sort of like the western edge of Dawlishal all the way, so the southwestern corner of Dawlishal all the way to the northeastern corner of the town. They've referred to it as the Noble's Knot, which as you kind of move away from the like the sneering posh folk whose lawns you've trampled, like you understand that the name of this road is a bit of an in-joke from the sailors that formed the expedition that's founded this town, because primarily the Noble's Knot is not quite a nautical mile in distance, but from what you understand, the frequency with which nobles would ask, "Oh, is that a mile? Are we there yet?" The fact that this isn't quite a knot seems quite, it's just a joke at the nobles' expense, and you're not entirely sure if the nobles know that it's a joke or not.
They don't understand. They just saw the word noble and thought, "Oh yeah, that's me." Yes,
exactly. So Abe, as you make your way onto the Noble's Knot proper, where is it you're heading?
He is heading towards the bay, or the seafront, to take a look and see, because he's waiting to hear what is going on with this storm. He's got stuff to do, and they're all a bunch of layabouts, so they're probably not, doing what they need to do.
Sure. Okay. In which case, as we kind of follow Abe as he sort of like trundles down this not quite nautical mile long road, with the crowds sort of like parting around this sort of like this giant of a keeper's. Have you got your axe with you, or is it just like the shield on? What are you carrying with you?
He's not got his axe with him. He just has a big old cup of coffee.
Sure. Just a mug
He's just brought it in. He's just brought it down from his house because he ain't paying the prices in town, is he? So he's just bringing it along, just coming down. He wants to just kind of, with those old guys just look at diggers. He just wants to do that on the ships.
Okay. In which case, as we kind of follow behind your sort of like lumbering gait, you're heading along the Noble's Knot. As you're about to turn left to head towards what the locals refer to as the waters, which is the harbour dock kind of area, north edge of the town. You, from your vantage point, peering over the heads of all of the other non-keepers, not even sort of like 100 feet further down the road, you can see the wooden roof of the Sailor's Sanctum, the one primary shrine in Dawlishal that's is dedicated to the Sky Watcher Renangar. But you can also see that, bless her, the shrine tender is desperately trying to fend off sort of like angry patrons who are like dock workers by the looks of it. You can't quite hear exactly what they're saying, but you can hear that there is a bit of a hubbub. As you turn left up towards the waters. Because you know that you'll be searching for the harbour master to find out what the deal is with all these ships. You bump into a Majani and a Lorivar woman. Like a Majani man, it's an Acevar woman, beg my pardon. And as you sort of collide, Gardy, what is your first impression of Abe?
Sprawled on the floor, having been broadsided by an 8-foot man. I'm just.
Abe takes a step. I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him.
I keep looking up. So probably my first impression is just of concern about the size of this guy. Secondly, a little bit excited because those are hooves, probably a keeper, and he hasn't chatted to one of those for a while. Thirdly, he's going to want to make sure that you're okay. I'm terribly sorry about that. So you're right there. I say, dusting myself off.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't even see you down there. I'm sorry. Oh God, I didn't touch him. Anyone, I didn't.
As you protest that you did not touch him, this very slender, long-necked, self-righteous dragon scent kind of steps forward and, good sir, you weren't looking where you were going and you barreled right into him. You can't just trample around here like this is your mound tops. You need to be careful where you're going. The captain.
It's quite all right, friend. It's quite all right. No harm done.
Nathaniel Hastings kind of looks down to you and as he looks back up, suddenly, despite the fact that Nathaniel himself is quite tall, he is still dwarfed by you, Abe. And as this dragon sense seemingly shrinks back into himself slightly, the mayor Balroon, kneels down and helps pick you up, Gardy. I'm sure it was an accident, she says, gesturing to you. Hello, Abe. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just saying what's going on down here. I see you got all the boats and they haven't gone nowhere, have they?
No. In fact, well, if you care to join us, we're actually accompanying these two to the water's edge to see if we can find the dear old Montague. See if we can learn what the state of the sailing manifestos look like. Would you like to join us?
Well, I'm walking that way, but I won't join you. I mean, I'll be going the way that you're going, but I'm fine walking myself there. I don't need an escort.
Mayor Balroon sort of raises her eyebrows with a smirk, and of course not, Abe, she says.
No way, I've been here longer than you have.
she sort of smiles and just gesture, steps back to allow you to pass.
You're right.
And yeah, this Lorel woman looks to the two of you, Cassandra and Gardy, and don't mind him. He's one of the locals that doesn't consider us local, she says.
You're bloody not local, are you? Anyway, alright, I just taps Gardy kind of roughly, sort of a crippling on the shoulder, just kind of you're right.
Back on the floor.
You're fine, alright. Have a nice time, do whatever you're doing. Starts walking towards the harbour route.
Should we give him a minute so that it doesn't seem like we're next to him, or we just go?
Well, I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not you immediately tail or give Abe a little bit of a wide berth. But we turn to the water's edge. Cooper and Griffin, you can see Cooper perhaps no, maybe it's Griffin. So like as you're excitedly kind of looking around the harbour, your eye catches sight of this towering figure emerging from sort of like one of the streets, and it's immediately clear that this older looking kind of 8 foot plus keeper just isn't used to moving around people like say you or your best friend Cooper are. But yeah, as this keeper sort of like is lumbering towards you, you then see like 2 other relatively colourful figures emerge from sort of like the crowds behind him. And Cooper, as your attention is drawn in the direction of Griffin's, as you see this keeper, describe to me how you feel as from behind this hulking keeper, a very familiar silhouette emerges.
I feel like the sensation of like someone pouring cold water down your back is exactly, I think he freezes like he's been caught stealing something, like a cat trying to sneak off somewhere and being caught by an owner. He freezes. I don't think Griffin has ever seen him look a little like this before. And hopefully before anyone can see him or anything else, he just, the most desperate look on his face looks at Griffin and says, "Hide me! I don't let us see me. We need to. Let's go. Nothing. Let's go. Shall we just go? I don't mind helping someone out. Let's just do the sailors saying to. Let's just do that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You know what? I think.
Gonna make you roll.
I think. I'm not gonna have you roll, Theo.
No.
I think I'm gonna have Georgia roll. If you could so elegantly bestow upon us an instinct roll, the first roll. An instinct to perceive. So this will be like a reactionary, so no hope or fear at stake here.
That is a 13 with hope.
That is a 13 with hope. Cassandra, what goes through your mind when Abe, who you've given a little bit of distance, kind of steps, like veers off slightly, and then like in the space that Abe's silhouette was occupying, you see this very familiar looking copper scaled dragon scent, like staring at you from across the harbour, like the dock, and then sort of like there's a burst of like frantic energy as he talks to this like Ace of Sanguivar stood next to him, and then he attempts to hide and make himself look as small as he possibly can.
Hasn't changed a bit. I feel like Cassandra, she's been looking at, she's been observing the boats to see if there's one that she believes will get them across the water. She doesn't care what any harbour master says. She doesn't care what anyone says about the weather. If she thinks it's going to get them across, they're going to use it. And instead, she sees someone she does not wish to be seeing, who should not be here in this very important mission of her life. I think she locks eyes with him briefly, and then she just puts her goggles down across her eyes, and she turns to Gardy.
Are you alright, Cass? You look ready to fight. Should I?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm great. Listen, I've got an idea.
Right.
You are going to steal us a boat right now. We are getting off this island right now. What do you say?
Now, I like your plan. It is a good one. Minor thought, we might die in the storms.
Oh, see, Guardy, this is why. This is why you're with me. See, I faced worse than that little bit of water over there, and you can too. We both can. We will get what we want. As long as you, right now, steal us a boat.
Yeah. I haven't been in a boat much, so maybe you steal the boat, and I'll wait here until you do it.
As the two of you are, well, as you're concocting this plan, Griffin, you've just been sort of like, claw on face as Coop's just been like, no, hide me. And you've spotted, Griffin, how well would you say you can pick out explorers in a crowd?
I would say, I mean, he probably wouldn't be able to pick out just a random explorer, but I kind of get the feeling that because they're with the mayor, that they're probably of some relatively high importance, and they're not sort of, he's probably not seen them. He's definitely not seen them around, so they must be new. And the way that they're probably dressed, he could get the gist that they're explorers.
Okay.
Cooper. It's all right. They're explorers. It's fine. You're not after. They're not after you for anything, are you? Can't. Yeah. There's a box. There's a box right here. You can hide behind this box. I'll get this box and put this box right in front of you. Right. I'll sit on. You get in the box. I'll sit in the box. No, I won't sit. No, I'll sit on top of the box. If I sit on top of the box and you get in the box, then I just stand. I just stand here. Go like, hey, and then they won't even.
It's not going to work. It's too late. You see me. It's too late. Damn. What do I do? How do I look?
Do you know?
Wait, no. Stupid question.
Do you know them? Cooper, do you know them?
It's very complicated. Yes.
Do you have time? Is it complicated as in you can explain it to me like now? Mm-hmm. Or do we need to go somewhere else and explain it to me there?
Look, we can talk about it at some point. Not right now, but it's complicated. I know one of them.
You know why? Which one? Which one? The Majani. Do you know the Majani?
The woman. I don't know the Majani.
Yeah. How do you know the woman?
I'm not telling you.
Cooper, how do you know the woman? Cooper, how do you know the woman, Cooper?
Oh my God.
This has gotten exciting. Tell me, how did you know the woman? Is she after you to go out, money?
And redder as he's like trying to like breathe because it's been a long time, and he's just like looking around.
Did you kill her husband? Did you steal her husband?
No.
Did you steal a wife?
No. Look, Griffin, I promise, at some point, not right now, I will explain. But really not right now. Let's not right now, but I would prefer to leave if we can, but I think she's distracted.
I mean, the box idea is still here.
Yeah, shall we? Because the guy said about leaving. We could go ask about the blessing or something. I don't know. I'm just something else. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. I'm on holiday. I've forgotten everything about this place already. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's try to go. And
on the way, you can tell me all the juicy details.
I'll tell you something. We'll see.
As the two of you attempt to sort of like, well, Cooper specifically, as you attempt to slink away, you hear this voice breach the cuts through the sea air like a silver trumpet. I assume you're not getting up to no good here, and perhaps, well, I'll let you decide how you're reacting to it, but you immediately identify the voice of Watch Captain Nathaniel Hastings. Captain Nathaniel Hastings. And he's looking over at you somewhat imperiously. And sort of you can't, as you focus on your attention on him, your eyes also kind of track back slightly. And you can see Cassandra seemingly scheming with this Majani. It's difficult to tell how on board the Majani is with the scheme. But you notice that they are sort of like getting closer and closer to the point where for you to kind of break away towards, say, the Sailor Sanctum, you're, for all intents and purposes, going to have to cross paths. Perhaps the nearest place of relative safety is the Peregrine, like the large ship tavern.
So Cooper does not get on with Thaniel, which would make perfect sense that Thaniel Hastings and Cooper do not get on. You
are a person of interest in Thaniel's eyes.
He's a person of interest to me, as in I'm not interested in what he has to say or do at all. So Cooper's very much like, all right, Gov, everything's good, nothing's happening, just on holiday, as I've told you since I've been here. Okay?
Sure. Are the two of you staying put and letting Cassandra and Gardy kind of pass by, or are you ducking out the way?
Trying to think if Cooper's going to try and, like, what's the word? Like, smooth it out? Just, like, try and regain his composure and just be kind of cool.
Just style it out.
Yeah, that's it. Style it out. He's just going to style it out. He's just like, oh, God. He's just going to take a moment, and Griffin's going to see, like, it's almost like he's just like, if he had hair to slick back, like properly slick back, it'd feel like that's what he would do. He's like, come, right. Cassandra! Hello, Cassandra! How you doing? Long time no see. This is my friend Griffin.
We totally didn't try and run away.
We did not. Hi. Who's your friend?
Cass, they might be able to help us steal a boat. Can you help us steal a boat?
Yeah, sure.
Cooper. Hi.
Hi.
Long time no see.
That's what I just said.
What are you doing here?
I'm on holiday. What are you doing here?
Working.
Ah, good. Did do a lot of that. So, are you stealing a boat? Interesting.
That was the plan? Yes.
Guardian Griffin. What's going through your minds? We'll start with Gardy first. As suddenly the very air around you turns to treacle. Like a thick, noxious black sludge.
I am thinking that these guys need to have a burning ceremony ASAP. I don't know what their beef is. But they got to sort this, like, if we're going to steal a boat, we need to get on with it. We don't have time to, for whatever this problem is. And I'm probably just, like, awkwardly smiling to Griffin, be like, good to meet you.
Hi, I'm Griffin. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Gardy.
Nice are you explorers?
Hey, yourself?
No.
No.
But
that's right.
Never. No, maybe. I thought about it, but it's not really my thing. But someone did approach me one time, and I almost did. It felt like it was a little bit of a trick, but it wasn't actually. They were scamming me. They actually just wanted to take my money. But I did get a cool coin out of it in the end of it. But no, not an adventurer. Not an explorer. I don't really want to be one. But it's cool. It's cool. You are. You look really cool. You look like you're a really good explorer.
I'd love to see your cool coin.
Oh, get it out. And he gets out this cool coin.
Oh, I'm like only about 30% listening to Griffin, and the rest of my attention is like on what on earth is going on with these two.
Has there been a word shared between Cassandra and Cooper since Griffin and Gardy started talking? Or has it just been silent looks?
Just like deadlock of like, stealing a boat? Yeah, stealing a boat. Nothing. as these two just started talking.
Griffin, do you... Well, Nate, actually. Nate, does Griffin acknowledge what may or may not be happening, or has this social interaction gone a little bit over his head in his, like, golden retrieverness?
I think it's gone a little bit over his head. He's noticed that something is a little bit on edge, but he kind of goes like, well, it's Cooper. Cooper will be able to get out of this. He always seems to be able to get out of these sort of things, so he'll be absolutely fine. And he is much more interested about this boat that is apparently going to be stolen.
Okay. In which case, yeah, as there's an awkward silence that spreads between Cassandra Coop with like Griffin and Gardy as spectators, the silence is kind of interrupted by you, Abe, as you've just found out from the local harbour master, this scrawny little runt of a Lorivar boy called Montague, that no, there are no boats going. And what is your protestation that cuts through the awkward silence?
What time is it? No. The protestation is just, for Pete's sake, it's been going on like this for days. I got things to do, and I can't get over those with my little ship, can I? I don't ever want to come and deal with these big stupid boats, but why can't you do nothing? Why you little stupid little man?
Montague is shrinking by the moment in your shadow as you.
I don't even know why who even hired you?
And you watch as this poor little Lorivar boy is on the verge of breaking, just emotionally crumbling under the pressure of your frustration. I'm sorry. It's just there's just absolutely no way that I can sanction any of our boats to sail in this weather. And my hands are tied. He says. If you're looking to go to the islands, then either you'll have to try and attempt it in your little rowboat, which I don't recommend because look at that storm. And I don't know why you want to go over to the island when it's in that state anyway. But there's just absolutely no legal recourse for you to be able to head over there. I'm sorry, you'll just have to come back tomorrow.
You told me that yesterday.
Well, yes, but I thought the storm was going to finish by yesterday, but clearly it hasn't. But I'm hopeful that it will stop by tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's always bloody tomorrow, isn't it? I just got, for Pete's sake, it's just, just looking at us as anyone else that, I'm going to the pub.
Did we hear this exchange? Are we close enough to have heard this entire thing?
Absolutely did.
I think Cassandra sort of breaks out of her dead-eye stare with Cooper, just sort of turn around, just kind of appears around this keeper. Like, did you say legal?
Me? No, I didn't say nothing, love. This little
Talking
guy's
to you. You said legal ways of getting to the island.
Oh, sorry, I do have a job to do. Yeah, Montague sort of like blinks a couple of times and, well, yes, of course. I mean, I can only speak for the vessel's sanction for use.
If one wanted to get to the island, say, in a less than legal manner, and this is purely hypothetical, of course, how would you do that, possibly? As soon as possible.
Montague looks quite frayed. And like as you've kind of swooped over and now you're looming over him. He just he starts his mouth starts flapping as he's trying to figure out what he's supposed to say. But then he spies, because they're still with you, they're hopefully out of earshot. But then he spies the mayor and the captain of the guard. And Montague just sort of his eyes quiver slightly, and I'm afraid I cannot answer that question. Oh, Mayor, yes, I have some urgent business with you. And he looks at you as he sort of like crab shuffles away in an attempt to escape your interrogation. And like Montague all but like runs to the Mayor. And like stands behind her like a scared child. Like a frightened little child. And sort of like he starts talking, he's pointing at his clipboard, and then it looks like he's trying to use her as an escape route. The Mayor kind of pauses his franticness, looks to you, and it would seem she looks to Cassandra and Gardy, and my apologies, I appear to be being pulled away on some urgent matter. We've set you up some lodgings in the Windward Peregrine. That's the 3-sail bark in the harbour there. If you speak to the innkeep, is a lovely fellow called Matteo. He'll get you set up. Please. Enjoy your stay. The food and drink is on the council. So yes, enjoy the pleasures that Dawlishal has to offer you whilst we wait for this storm to pass. She sort of like nods, turns to Montague, who's all but like tugging on her sleeve now. Tim's dead. And then the three of them leave, fundamentally leaving the 5 of you on the dock, like in the shadow of the ship named the Windward Peregrine. Yes, Abe, you've certainly just seen this. Like this Ace of Our woman has just turned up and been like, "What do you mean legal?"
She just looks at you and it's like,
well, there won't be no tours going on if that's why you're here, so you might as well just get back in that little portal of yours and go home.
we're here on very important business and we have to get to that island.
Well, it's not much over there. Well, there is, but I don't think you want to go over there. What do you have over there? Why do you want to go over there? Stay around here. There's loads of stuff. Like, they've got a sandcastle display down the end, if that's what you're interested in, or they've got loads of stuff going on here. I don't know why you'd want to go on holiday over there.
Sorry, I'm just tracking like Abe's thought process. Well, why do you want to go over there? There's nothing over there apart from 2 gods. But what else do you want?
Well, if she's here for, touristy things, why you want to go see that? You got the slot machines down the end, and you got, cotton candy or whatever they want down here,
Well, so the 2 of you, Coop, you've just like, how have you been, Coop? Apart from, because it feels like you might be feeling a little bit suspended in time and space, having kind of seen Cassandra, and Cassandra's now kind of rushed off to interrogate Montague, and is now talking to his keeper. But as you're overhearing, like, what's the plan, you 5? Because the 5 of you've accidentally come together.
Well, Abe's going to the pub. The way with Peregrine to get a drink. That's certainly how he's going. You all right, love? Well, you go enjoy your holiday. I'm off.
Is there, between Cooper and Griffin, is there, like, it sounds like both of them want a vessel. Do either of you know someone who might help?
Oh, Cooper does. Oh my gosh. Cooper, like, he's thinking about the fact that he does know somebody and then realizes this probably isn't a great idea. But also, if he gives her the information and the support, maybe she'll leave and then he can pretend this information never happened. You're looking for a legal way to get off the island, right? I know a pirate I mean, I say pirate, walking on the line of pirate. She wouldn't call herself a pirate, but anyway. She's great. Very nice. Probably could help. I did her a favor, so she kind of owes me a favor, I guess. I'm on holiday. I don't want to be doing anything else, but if you really need a boat, I could talk to her, maybe? She might want some money. If you've got money, she'll probably help. I don't really have anything.
What's the catch?
You go to the island and I get to continue my holiday.
Well, that sounds great for both of us.
Exactly. I don't see what the problem is. It's great.
Gaddy, we're going to go see a pirate.
Cass, you're seeming a lot more crimey than usual today. Are you,
Gaddy, we were told that if we came here, we could get to that island. Right now, all I've been told since I've come here was that we can't come to that island. Now, do you want to get to that island or not?
I'm gonna have a look, see that Hastings is just about far away enough.
Cass is like, we're going to commit a crime.
Next crime.
Okay, so, well, Cooper, you know that Ellesmere usually, I mean, the way the Windward Peregrine is the main kind of tavern hub of the town. It's quite iconic in terms of locations in Dawlishal. And you know that Ellesmere primarily spends the majority of her day like propping the bar up, seemingly just kind of like earwigging in on what perhaps with all the people that are coming and going, her setting up shop in the Peregrine is how she manages to find out a little bit about everyone. So yeah, you know, like as you peer up to the ship and you can see this keeper stomping towards, that yeah, heading to the Peregrine, you'll be able to bump into Ellesmere.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be in the pub, probably. So I suggest you go get settled into your lodgings or whatever. We can get a drink. I can talk to Ellie, and we leave it at that.
Okay. In which case, if everyone's in agreement, pub. Amazing. So we kind of fast forward a little bit, and Theo, describe to me like the ambiance of like the Peregrine in general. So bear in mind, obviously, it's converted from a large kind of sailing ship. But what's the ambiance? What's the in inverted commas the decor? Either of the Peregrine as a whole, or maybe the little kind of booth that you're in. The booth itself being like a converted, like once upon a time, you can see the cannon hatch like on the wall to your right, and like the benches are built in to replace the cannons for all intents and purposes. Yeah, what's the vibe? What's the decor like?
I think, like, in terms of vibe, like, I feel like because it's obviously quite close to the dock, so you feel like it'd be like workers and dock workers would come into this pub, but then it's also marketed to be a touristy pub because of its historical outgoings. So you've got a real mesh of like locals who live and die by this pub. This is their pub, and anyone else in this pub is going to get kicked out. And then you've got the tourists who we've heard about the famous Peregrine, we want to go have a drink in here, and there's like this real clash all the way through the pub, and you can kind of feel it in the decor. So some of the decor is like brand new and obviously quite gentrified, and other bits hasn't really been touched because the locals will not let you change it. Like sure. These particular tables, they are crusty and old and were there when the pub was originally opened. But then you've got other tables that have obviously, they're trying to like refresh the pub slowly, but everything about the locals like stand in the way of properly gentrifying the pub. So sure. I think you've got like a real mesh going on. I think our booth is probably a more oldie-woldy booth. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'll also add then that who's who's sat at the table with Coop? So Griffin definitely is. Presumably Cassandra is, because this is in aid of boat. Is Gardy at the table with them?
Yeah. I'll be maybe standing next to the table.
Okay. And is Abe at the table, or is Abe grumbling quietly into a tankard at the bar?
Abe will be at the bar. You couldn't fit behind the table anyway if you tried. So he's just standing, kind of leaning, but he knows from previous experiences at going to the Wayward Peregrine that he can't actually lean on the bar because he has broken the bar before from leaning on it. So he's just kind of hovering, and they're filled up his tankard, his coffee cup that he's brought in, because it's the correct size. So Matteo knows to fill up his own tankard that he brings with him.
Sure. Yeah, you're paying for two each time you order one.
Each time I order one.
Marvelous.
Which isn't fair, by the way. You shouldn't discriminate on the size of the man.
Unfortunately, my friend, it's just purely based on how much of the barrel you're emptying.
I've been drinking here as long as I have lived. It's been here, and I don't know. Lucky it's you, Matty. That's all I'm saying. It's lucky it's you.
Matteo kind of gives you a nod and a wink, and sort of like, Abe, as you glance over at that table where those four like oddballs that you sort of like that you bumped into. Sorry, that bumped into you.
Yeah, they bumped into. Let's get it right.
You can see that the four of them are sort of like sat or stood on one side of a table, and opposite them on the other side of this sort of like table booth is she's a face that you would also recognize, Abe. She is a rather athletic looking Asavar woman. She's got her skin is tanned from being in the sun of Dawlishal as much as she is. Her like lilac-y purple hair is pulled back in a ponytail, and there are two shocks of like bone white streaks that are pulled back with the rest of it. She's wearing this sort of like very plain looking like crop top type shirt that it seems to be kind of doing the rounds in terms of fashion. You've seen a couple of the young'uns wearing like half a shirt, as bizarre as it is.
Kidney's cold.
Exactly. But you notice that whilst the other four, the three that sat down are somewhat cramped, she's just sort of like taking up the whole side of her bench. She's got one foot on the bench next to her, and she's swilling what appears to be a very expensive glass of wine that, from what you've gathered, what you've overheard from the order from Matteo, was the ticket, like the price of entry to talk to her. And Cooper, Cassandra, Griffin, Gardy, this Asavar lady, Elismira, tilts her head, and so you're after a boat, you say?
Yes.
And you want to sail? You're that desperate that you want to sail to the Isles in this weather?
Yes.
Marvellous, she says, and there's this sort of like twinkle of mischief in her eyes as she locks eyes with you, Cassandra. Thanks to your help on thanks to your cooperation with certain people within the town, Cooper, I'm sure that I know a few things. I know enough people that we could get you aboard one of the pirate vessels out of the docks of Dockside. Whilst, bless him, whilst Montague is rushing around, dilly-dallying, worrying about such things as naval safety, I know that the pirates are still sending ships out into the waters by the hour. There's a lot of furrowed brows and frowns from the do-gooders of Dawlishal, but I'm sure that we could, if you grease my palm enough that we can grease the palms of the pirates, I'm sure we can get you aboard one of their vessels and onto the island much sooner than the official Dawlishal manifesto would allow you to. How does that sound?
How much are we talking?
Well, I operate on favours, you see. So it sounds like if you're going to the island, to the Isle, then, well, you either come back or you won't. So if you don't manage to come back, then it's quite pointless asking for any payment from you. But if you are heading to the Isles, perhaps you could hold an IOU for me. And when I think of something that would be beneficial for me to have, then we set up a little trade, a little agreement. One adventuring soul to another, she said. One inquisitive soul to another, she says, like with a slight purse of the lips, Cassandra.
I think Cass will have sort of just enough wherewithal to like cast a glance at Gaddy just to make sure that he will also be owing this favor. She's decided to make sure he's fine with she's completely fine with owing a pirate a favor, but
I think I'd rather know the nature of the favour before we go too much further down the road.
Well, certainly the Isles are bountiful with things that defy belief. I suppose that is the bonus of being an island inhabited by gods. So the pirates already run certain jobs bring certain items back from the Isles. Isn't that right, Cooper dear? She says, and she flushes you a little look.
Yes, ma'am. Very happy to help.
So, I'm sure there might even be a few little trinkets. This is all to say that first you'll have to ingratiate yourselves with the pirates. So perhaps if you're willing, I could set up a little meeting between yourselves and with them. They can get an idea of what you're bringing to the table, and then we can go from there. But I suspect that the scale of the IOU wholly depends on your first impressions with our naval explorers.
Well, if we can agree it's not going to be anything too illegal. I'm really not trying to get myself in prison on my first day here.
Elismira smiles and, come now, the pirates are allowed to be here. Everything they do is legal.
I look back at Cass with like is it?
Cass is like, probably.
All right.
Can I assume that all four of you are joining this little troop?
I feel like Cooper is about to say no, but then he hesitates, probably for too long. What is Griffin's reaction? Because I feel like he will react first.
He's probably just looking around him, just kind of going, "Oh, us."
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I'm up for it, Cooper. It'll be fun.
It would be useful. It sounds like you know the pirates, so.
I mean,
you really know the pirates, Cooper. You really know them. Like
Yeah,
you're
I mean-
pretty much like chatting with them every day.
Sure. Sure. Fine. I will come to the meeting if it helps you get off the island quicker, which was part of the point.
Both love that.
Yes.
Griffin, you are also like as you as you sign yourself and Cooper up on this little journey on this friends trip, this sea trip. It's not a road trip; it's a sea trip. You would also be like you're also aware that big keeper guy, who you overheard sort of like bemoaning the fact that he couldn't make it to the Isles, is stood at the bar, currently drinking out of a tankard larger than your head.
In that case, I like to think that Griffin's actually sitting in the middle of Cooper.
Yeah, absolutely is.
And he's just, excuse me, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll be back in a moment. He's gonna sort of trundle himself up to the bar, and it's obviously not hard to find Abe sitting at the bar. Find him in between the crowd.
Just pop up between his legs.
Yeah. Hi. He's gonna just sort of stand up behind me, and he's just gonna go like, "Hey, big guy, hey."
Just kind of
And
looks down.
just smile
Just
at him.
takes another drink to the sip. You right?
So I've seen you around from time to time. I don't think we've met. Hi, I'm Griffin. Nice to meet you. You're bloody big. But that's
Yep.
cool. You were saying you need to get across to the island, weren't you?
Well, yeah.
Well, we're getting in on some not illegal things with the pirates.
God.
And we were wondering if I was wondering, and he sort of puts his hand over like your big hand. Just like he puts both of his hands over over your big hand. It's like
just scoops it, just off again.
oh, okay. Not a touchy person, I get it. I should have asked, sorry, consent. I was wondering if you would like to come with us to the island. What do you think?
With you?
Yeah, with me and my friend Cooper. You've seen Cooper, he's over there. Explorer lady who I haven't got the name of yet, who Cooper's been giving some really funny looks. I think he murdered her husband. And Gaddy as well. I know him. I know his name. He seems really cool. And some pirates.
You four are going to go talk to the pirates.
No, we've talked to them. They're going to give us a boat. We have to give them.
You've already talked to them.
Yeah. Well, we've talked to Ellie. She's great.
Well, what have you? Oh God.
Well, it's nothing.
You haven't what have you signed anything or?
Well, maybe Navy signed something, but I heard that the IOU's only for like the Lady Explorer and Gaddy, so they're the only ones who need to deal with it. So we're just getting like a free trip. And you could get a free trip.
Well, I can work out my own free trip with my love, but I can. You're going over the. Do you know what's over there? Have you been there?
No, that's what I'm going over. I got to find out.
Right.
Hey,
and he just
you
looks
do
over at
know-
the other four, like the other three on the table.
Yeah.
He's just there, just looking at them, just
Hello.
just looking down, and then looking over at Esmeralda, just like, God.
Yeah, Abe, you know that like the pirate vessels are large enough that they won't get flipped like pancakes like your rowboat will in a storm like this.
Yeah. Well, if it's the only way, I'm sure I'll come along, but I ain't signing nothing with Esmeralda. She's
What's wrong with her?
She's got tricks up her sleeve. That one.
Oh no! You get on her good side, and she's cool.
Oh, you're an expert, are you?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So you bloody, you come over here and you think you know everything.
Griffin is the 5-minute expert. Wish
Yeah.
Bosh, job done.
Well, are you will come? Well, you talking to the pirates now? Or you already talked to them?
Oh, I don't know. And he runs back over. Are we talking to the pirates now?
Elismira just sort of like raises her eyebrows and, well, yes, it will be what it will be this evening. There when they retire to their tavern for celebrations of a hard day's work.
Okay, he runs back over to him. So it's going to be this evening. They're going to meet in their tavern, and then we're going to go there. So sit tight, and I'll come get you when we're ready. Cool?
Yeah, or you gotta go get some things from my house first. I ain't going without my stuff.
That is fair. That is fair. We're going on an adventure. Are you excited?
No.
Oh.
Amazing.
Well, we'll make it exciting. I'll start planning.
Don't make it exciting. I don't want.
I'm going to make it exciting.
I want it.
You won't regret this. You won't regret this.
I'm already regretting it, to be honest.
He runs back to the group.
Amazing. So, in which case, as it sounds like there are 5, Elismira is chaperoning 5 of you to treat with the pirates. She tells you to meet her outside the sailor's sanctum at a predefined time. So effectively, it's like dusk, because that's when the pirate tavern will start to kind of fill up, and then she informs you that the people that we need to speak to will be present at that tavern at that point. So she, with that settled, she thanks you for the wine. You specifically, Cooper, and she thanks you for the wine, and then like pats the back of your hand, just like one time too many, and then with a flash of mischief across her face, she sort of like whips her hair over her shoulder as she kind of scoots out of the stall, and she bids you goodbye, and she just sort of like swans off to a different part of the tavern, and with that sort of like with this plan in motion, I reckon we're going to jump on a quick break. We'll do a quick 10-minute break, so we should be back at sort of like around about 20 past 9. A little bit of homework for the viewers. Please, and the players as well, during the break, if you pop down your suggestions for the name of the pirate tavern that we're about to go to, and then whichever one takes our fancy will be the name of the tavern. Cool. See you all in about 10 minutes.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Explorers of Elsewhere Live, Campaign 3, Titan Isles, Session 1. I'm DM Dan. I'm rejoined by
Easy does it.
These 5 beautiful creatures. And is... we will be joined intermittently by Tim.
There he is.
All right.
There he is. Hello. So, yes, we just to really quickly recap. We have met our 5 individuals. They have quite literally collided in some of their cases, and are now bound on a common purpose, which is to gain access to a boat and maybe steal it. So we will jump ahead a few hours to dusk, and the 5 of you arrive we find the five of you outside the Sailor's Sanctum, which is a shrine roughly in the middle of... Oh, tell you what, I might treat the stream. I might treat you all. Oh, there we go. Let's have a little map. So, we find the five of you. Let's move you all over. Yes, outside the Sailor's Sanctum, in quite near to the docks of Dawlishal, and as you're waiting for Elasmira to arrive, it would appear that she is being fashionably late. You hear a voice kind of ring out from the doorway of this shrine. The shrine itself looks... they call it a shrine. It's more akin to a temple, really, like a small temple. The structure itself is wooden. The roof is made up... Like, the roof is sun-bleached. It looks... To look at it from a glance, especially to like Cassandra, Gardy, who and Griffin, who've sort of like maybe only seen this for the first time, kind of thing. In a way, the shrine looks a little bit run down, but at the same time, you can't help but feel this sense of sort of like homeliness that emanates from it. Like it, despite the look, it is a space that is well looked after and cared for. But yeah, as you're kind of stood around waiting, you hear a voice ring out, Renangar's blessings upon you. And you turn to see like a wide-hipped Lorivar woman in a light blue dress, bound by what appears to be like shipping rope, like around her waist. There is like a mantle across her shoulders. There's a golden kind of circlet around her forehead, around her temples, and you notice that the circlet is made of what appears to be sort of like golden, like sea kelp, seaweed in a almost like a laurel, like a sea plant laurel. And the shrine keeper, you immediately recognize her, like Coop and Abe, you would recognize her as shrine keeper Shayla. She nods to you. Renangar's blessings, she says, as she sort of like sweeps some dust down the steps onto the street. If I didn't know any better, I would assume that you were up to no good, loitering outside my shrine.
I'm on holiday. How many times do I need to tell people that I am on holiday?
Shayla...
He's very charming about it as well. Like, you know, she knows that he's lying, but it's just what he's been saying ever since he's arrived in Dawlishal.
Sure. Yeah, she smiles slightly, and those who perhaps those who haven't met her, you're immediately struck by the tattoos that crisscross her arms, legs, and what bit of sort of like torso that you can see through the slit in the front of her dress. And these are tattoos that clearly, like, you at a glance, they really kind of publicly label her as being part of the pirate crew. Starting with Gardy, which tattoo that she has piques your notice the most, and where is it on her body?
Oh, he's not.
Oh,
Can't hear you, Tim.
Sorry, does that
There he
better?
goes. There he goes.
Good. Sorry, everybody. I don't think Gardy knows any of the sort of the meanings intrinsic to any of the tattoos. So it's purely by like his own interest, and there is a large hawk on one of her shoulders.
Okay.
That has caught his eye.
Okay. Cassandra, what tattoo piques your notice the most? Oh,
Yours.
Also on you.
Oh no.
It's a tradition.
It's the curse.
There
The
we go.
curse of the tattoos. I imagine that's a swirl of storm clouds surrounding like a full moon, kind of on her middle arm here,
Okay.
and there's like a suggestion of lightning through the clouds.
Okay. Griffin?
Probably some sort of probably like pirate's code that is tattooed across her fingers.
Ooh, interesting. Fia? Cooper?
I think that, like, I think with the cut of the dress, you can kind of see that she's got tattoos on her clavicle directing downwards. I think probably in some sort of script. I wouldn't say it was pirate code, but some sort of like, maybe like a language that Cooper doesn't recognize, probably maybe from a lost town or a lost civilization, but it's just very striking how it sits on where her dress sits and where it sits on her clavicle.
Sure. And lastly, what one does Abe notice?
Abe notices on her upper thigh, where the slit is, there is a topless mermaid.
Saucy. Very saucy. In which case, yeah, like, it is clear from the art that decorates her body that at some point she had sort of like visibly pledged her allegiance to presumably the pirates that sail out of Dawlishal, and so I'll leave it to you to decide whether you find it curious that she now seems to be this very kind of like mild-mannered shrine keeper of all things, but there is still this sort of like cheekiness that behind her eyes that you can kind of pick up on, maybe kind of reflections of a past life. But yeah, as you sort of like, as you regard her, you hear the clacks of like heel on pavement stone, and you all turn your attentions to see Elismira approaching. And as she approaches, she ever so sorry. There was a little juicy morsel that I had to squeeze that last bit of juice out of. But are we ready to say hello to some pirates?
Yeah.
So Elismira leads you further up the street towards Dockside, and you notice that pretty much as you pass the Sailor's Sanctum, it's almost as if you're crossing over like a threshold or a border, where if behind you Dawlishal screamed like tourist trap, holiday homes, like putting a clean and pleasant face forward, past the Sailor's Sanctum, everything starts looking a lot more sort of like rugged, a lot more kind of almost dingy. To look at it, for those of you who aren't particularly au fait with them, the town suddenly starts to scream pirate at you. And as Elismira leads you up the Noble's Knot and then turns you right down one of the main streets, she stops in front of what looks to be like a large gambling hall, gambling den that also proxies as a tavern. And on the sign that hangs above the door are two rolling dice, like tumbling together, the more perceptive of you notice that on one of the two dice, two sides, like two faces, have 6s. And in sort of like burn into the wood grain is the name. And thank you to I Am Sweeps, the beautiful parlay, the bountiful parlay, beg my pardon. And Elismira sort of like does a false curtsy and bids you enter. You can hear the sounds of sort of like jeering and cheering and guffawing and no goodedness. You can hear that like through the walls before you enter, and like it only swells as the door swings open, and you're hit by the mixed stench of like sea air, pipe, like weed smoke, like pipe weed smoke, stale booze of some sort. There's a mixtures like hints of like ale and like grog and rum that assault your senses as you enter in. And in comparison to the Peregrine, this place is very cramped. It's claustrophobic. It's quite. I mean, Dawlishal is quite humid at the best of times anyway, but this place feels very kind of hot. Just as like the energy that radiates from all the patrons, who you realise the vast majority are similarly tattooed in a similar manner to that of shrine tender Shayla. And the five of you note that like heads are turning in your directions, like there are little side glances from sort of like over the tops of tankards as they peer at you. But Elismira just seems to be almost like swanning through the crowd a little bit. Well, as if she's, this is a place where she frequents, which kind of makes sense from what you understand of her being a bit of a social chameleon of sorts. Start with Livy this time. What decoration hung proudly, like displayed proudly, grabs your attention?
There is along the walls what looks like parts of old flags, maybe from vessels that are no longer on the seas, that have been sort of hammered into the walls, like tattered old flags of trophies of various old ships.
Sure. Okay. And what about you, Theo? What does Cooper notice?
I think Cooper notices what looks like the bones and skull of a large animal. Can't tell which one, but it's mounted on the wall. It's just the bones and skull.
Over the bar, say.
Yeah, and it's pretty big, but it's very hard to make out exactly what animal it is.
Sure.
So Cooper's been looking at that with interest.
Okay. What catches Griffin's attention?
There's a small area in the corner that's got a dartboard. Well, not so much like a dartboard, like a target board that's on the floor. And there are quite big cracks in the floor, and a couple of cannonballs sort of just sitting on the floor, where you can tell that people have just been trying to chuck cannonballs at these targets against the wall.
Amazing. Cassandra?
I think if you turn on either side of the front door, the entrance into this establishment are two, again in the same way as the flags, two very old, obviously very broken figureheads from ships that they either lost their ships have gone down in a storm or a fight, it's quite hard to tell from their state, but they've just sort of been put into the wall, like in the same way you might have two statues in an entranceway.
And perhaps with the prows kind of jutting forward as like support beams up to the main. Okay, cool. And Gardy.
Above the bar, on a little mount, is an inexplicably large mop with the phrase "Mr. Coconut" engraved upon it.
Okay. So where is Mr. Coconut's mop?
It's just above the bar.
Just above the bar. Okay.
Like where you'd have like a shotgun.
Okay, amazing. Okay, so in which case, under like in the shadow of Mr. Coconut's mop and this like strange animal skeleton, you can see the bartender handing out handing over tankards of drink that have got wildly too much sediment floating in it, and sort of like there are these rounds, some tables round, some tables kind of long rectangular. All the seats in this place are filled. Off to the left, there's a couple of steps down into an area where you can see that there are kind of more tables, but the tables themselves are bigger, and there appear to be like card games, dice games, knife games, like dagger games, all kind of happening.
Cannibal games,
yes. That's where the cannibal is there. It surprises you how many patrons there are in this place, and perhaps it's the first indication of just like how many pirates operate out of Dawlishal. How, for someone who, so one of the locals, so for Abe, or I say locals like Cooper, you've had some experience. The fact that they're called pirates seemingly stands in contrast to the fact that they are allowed to operate out of the town, more akin to like privateers. How does that sit with you? Like how do you find? Let's ask Coop, because you've got that kind of career in crime.
Sure, that career in crime, great. I think one of Cooper's philosophies is it's not stealing if you
pretend you're going to give it back.
No, not necessarily. Like for Cooper, it's like it's not stealing if you're stealing it from someone who doesn't need it or doesn't deserve it. And I feel like Dawlishal is such a touristy-based, quite rich island. For like those who live here, live very privileged lives. You probably could lose some money and it would be fine. And I think when it comes to like how Cooper feels about the place, it's like, well, the pirates aren't harming anybody, like directly. If anything, they're helping the economy of the island. If they were, going around and murdering tourists, he'd have a very different opinion of them. But this isn't Dawlishal's. That's not what the MO is here. The MO here is everyone needs to function properly, or no one gets any money and no one gets paid. So they're just a little bit backwater, a little bit, There's a bit dodge. There's nothing wrong with being a bit dodge. Coop himself is a bit dodge. He grew up in a bit dodge. So he's just kind of like, this feels like home in a way. So he's kind of fine with it, personally.
Interesting. In which case, sort of like as the five of you kind of taking in your surroundings, you spy sort of like on the other side of the drinking like hall. You spy Elismira speaking to a couple of pirates sat down at a table, and like she does look, even she looks a little bit out of place here. And it's curious that like a civilian like her can seemingly just like, one moment be in the Peregrine, one moment be here. You also kind of get the impression that like she could just swan into Moundside, like with all of the higher ups, and kind of fit in. They say she's certainly got this like social chameleon where she's just like, she knows everyone, she knows everything about everyone kind of thing. Yeah, she's talking to these two pirates, and like every so often she's gesturing over to the five of you. You can see faces turning to look at you. There's one, there's a sprite, there's a Terran sprite with a decidedly lazy eye, and like you just can't, at any given point, you just can't tell if he's looking at you or at Elismira. It's quite, but like he is immobile. He's just solidly looking seemingly in both directions simultaneously. But like he's really kind of, it looks like he's really scoping the five of you out. And then she eventually, Elismira returns to you. So, yes, it would seem, well, depending on how you address fate, either this is your lucky day or not, she says, and sort of like winces slightly. The pirates are willing to see you, to hear your plight and see what deals can be made to get you to the island. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the person presiding over that decision tonight is, well, it's Boss Umgrinner, the leader of the pirates, the pirate king, if you will. He has returned from a voyage recently, and he's taken up residence in the back rooms, and he will hear what you have to say, and it is him that's going to judge you worthy of his time or not. So, good luck, she says, giving you a little thumbs up. He's a somewhat dour man, but don't let that put you off, okay?
Sure. Ellie, lovely. Any other advice apart from dour? Well, I'm quite a jokey chap. That doesn't. I don't think that's going to fly this time, right?
She thinks about it, and don't stare at him too long.
No staring.
Is that because of his jaw?
His what? Sorry.
His jaw.
What?
He's got a metal jaw. That's what I heard that he's got a metal jaw.
Elismira, like raises her eyes.
That's why he's called the Ungrinner, because he don't grin, because he's got a jaw that's made of metal. That's what I heard.
Cooper, again, as a somewhat local, what rumor have you heard about Boss Ungrinner?
All that Cooper knows about the boss is that he doesn't suffer fools gladly.
Okay.
And doesn't talk a lot. Like, for him, actions speak louder than words. It could be to do with the jaw, he can't confirm nor deny, but it is like his actions are more important to him than what you have to say. So
Okay. I think Griffin's been in Dawlishal long enough that he would have heard a rumour about Boss Ungrinner.
Probably more to do with the fact that this is a very rare occurrence that he turns up. If he does turn up in Dawlishal, it's usually not for very long.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, yeah, as Cooper's just mentioned the metal drawer. Sorry, Abe has just mentioned the metal drawer. Elismira's just kind of, oh right. And she sort of like then bids you sit at the squeeze in on the end of a table. I'll get us some drinks because it looks like you will need the new Prosper courage, and at least you'll be showing that you're wetting their you're filling their coffers. Who's having what? She says as she looks around and sort of effectively takes a drink order, and then she looks at you, Cooper, expectantly with a hand out, waiting for you to give her some coin so she can buy your round of drinks.
I'm on holiday. It's like this gives her the money, just like holiday. We'll be over soon. Holiday.
Thanks, Coop. I'll pay you back next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So the five of as the five of you take a seat, squeeze in around this. It's effectively like a barrel with a round bit of wood balancing on top of it. So it's like a wagon wheel with planks of wood nailed to the top of it to give you a flat surface. But as you sit down, the pirates that are already sat at this table, look at you as if you've just done a drive-by fart. They're visibly scowling at you, ugh. And as the five of you squeeze in around this sort of round table, they get up and leave, just leaving the five of you around this table. And while Ella's you watch as Ellesmira swans over to the bar, and as she gets to the bar, you notice that she, instead of speaking to the bartender to order some drinks, she just starts turning around, starts talking and socializing with some of the other patrons, and really clapping people on the backs, and as if she does know everyone. But yeah, your conversation. Who breaks the silence around the table?
I think Cass kind of looks across the table at Cooper and sort of nods towards the bars. She seems nice.
She's fine. Yeah, she's fine. Why?
No.
You got a problem?
No problem.
Okay. Why bring it up with that tone?
Just imagine all of us are sitting in the middle, just playing doing conversational tennis.
Yeah, I imagine you are, because I know I said all the pirates got up. All of them except the one that's passed out snoring. So camera frame, we're looking over the back, over the shoulder of this passed out pirate with the five of you in a semicircle around the rest of the table. But yeah, there's definitely conversational tennis going on. What's your take? What's your read on this, Olgardi?
I've always heard that these city folk are up to no good and constantly doing crime, so I think this is largely within my expectations. I'm just oh well. Oh, what have you got yourself into now, Gaddy?
all these townies.
I just
doing crimes.
Doing crimes.
Yeah. Mr. Abe, do you reckon that fella's alive?
One. What?
On the table.
Oh. And
as you look, there's a the cheeks flap, and the bit of his face that's submerged in spilt drink just bubbles as he.
He looks fine to me.
Hey, good.
Sorry, has there been stony cold silence between Cassandra and Coop since?
I feel like the argument's probably still going on.
I think they're probably still just the passive aggression is just rising.
I might.
She's nice. Why wouldn't she be nice? Well, I think she's fine. Well, I think she's fine as well. I don't know why.
I'll try and diffuse the tension a bit and be like, you're Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hi.
Look, I don't know what the deal is here, but yeah, Cass is a lovely lady. We've been exploring a lot about each other in the last couple of weeks. really getting to grips with each other's abilities, and I think if you give her a chance, maybe you could join us one time to.
That sounds like what kind of abilities even? What kind of abilities?
Oh, well, I mean, I can make things grow.
Oh.
Yes, Cardi. We've been having a wonderful time discovering how you can make things grow, haven't we?
He's gone.
Cooper, are you alright?
Theo is KO'd.
Cooper, you're going red, like redder than usual. You okay? Do you need? I can get hurry up on those drinks.
I think he's choking.
I think he's fine.
No, look, and I will use Wild Touch to make a little tree grow out of the middle of our table.
Okay.
Just a little tiny bonsai.
I am relieved
Amazing.
that this is what you meant. Very much so.
What do you think he meant?
Okay. You
don't
don't want to
what
know.
you
You don't want to know. Let's rewind just a little bit. Let's rewind. Did he say abilities plural? Like you have abilities?
Oh, right. Yeah, you haven't been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, some stuff happened after everything.
Sure. Okay.
Well, you know, with the world going upside down and everything ending up everywhere else, it seems, well, some of us found we had abilities we didn't know we had, which was exciting and interesting. And a bit explosive.
Okay.
What are we talking about now? I
kind of preferred it when it was sexual innuendo, if I'm completely honest.
Are you all having sex with one another? Have I joined like a weird club and I'm not interested in any of you, I'm afraid.
Chris, that I
don't think so, but I'm not entirely clear anymore.
Okay. I'm just going to say this now. I used to be married to Cassandra. That is why this is weird. Okay? And that's it. But I'm going to help you guys get off the island, or to the island, and then I'm going to continue with my holiday. And that's going to be the end of the discussion. That's going to be the end of the discussion. Okay?
As you say this, Coop, from behind you, you hear, married? And Elismira it has returned with one glass of wine.
Fair.
So as there is a definite as she lifts the wine glass, and again the drink itself looks expensive, which is even more remarkable in an establishment like this. But there is a definite little finger as she sips from her wine glass, and interesting, she says, as her eyes flick from you, Cooper, to you, Cassandra, and back. Very interesting, she says. Not that I mean to intrude or interrupt, but They're ready for you, she says, and she gestures to the other end of the drinks hall, and you can see that sort of like flanking this door on the far side of the tavern, there are these two absolute slabs. They're both Lorivar, one man, one woman, but they're just sort of like doing the best sort of like bouncer impression either side of this door. And come on, up you get, she says. Elismira says as she chaperones you towards the back. And the five of you are acutely aware that, like, the closer you get to this back room, the more heads are turning to watch you as you head to, presumably, the boss's room. And Elismira sort of, like, takes point. Hello, darlings, she says. She curtsies to the two bouncers. She looks to hello, darlings, doubloon, no knees, she says, like presumably using their nicknames.
Good old no knees.
And she steps out the way, and they open the door to this like dark, dingy room lit by a couple of like wall sconce candles. And yeah, Elismira sort of like rather flamboyantly gestures for you the five of you to enter. As you do, Abe, you have to stoop slightly to get through the door.
Yeah, and squeeze between these two other meat slabs.
Yes, yes.
It's like comedy. We're all stuck together for a little bit. Too many shoulders.
The five of you make your way. As you make your way into the room, like the light in here is low enough that it takes your eyes a few moments to sort of like acclimatize. But then you notice that the room itself is somewhat like octangular, and there seems to be like there are tables around the edge of the room, but the center of the room is depressed slightly, whereas the tables are on sort of like wooden plank floorboarding. The recessed area is made of stone. You can see sort of sand and hay scattered around. And on the other side of this pit of sorts, you can see you can feel a presence. And as your eyes become accustomed, acclimatize, from the shadow, like a silhouette begins to emerge in the low light of a figure sat on a throne, arms made of what appear to be trophy steering rudders, like steering wheels of defeated ships. And on this throne sits an imposing figure under what appears to be the torso of a bound skeleton. There's a torch that flickers from overhead. There are grisly trophies that hang from this throne. And the dark-skinned Lorivar slowly comes to, and you notice that there are eyes peering at you from across the room. As presumably Boss Ungriner becomes visible to you, you hear a bit of a commotion from behind you, and you notice that you hear the door behind you close, and like you hear Elismira saying, "Oh, but wait, I'm supposed to," and then the door closes, locking her out, leaving the five of you in this room with two meat slabs that were guarding the door. You can feel that those of you at the back can feel yourselves being like shepherded into the center of the room, whose stepping forward first?
I suppose Cass is?
Okay. And who's at the back? Sorry, I should say.
I think Abe would be at the back. He's used to being at the back of a crowd because he's so large.
In which case, as you kind of step down into this pit, this voice kind of rings out through the darkness. Why have you come before me? State your business.
We're looking for a ship.
You expect a response, but you receive none.
We want to get across to the island as quickly as possible, preferably.
And tell me, why should we help you?
We want to stop the weather. You might have noticed it.
You hear, like, titters of laughter from the two behind you. You hear a shuffle as from alongside the throne on the far side of this room steps a third equally muscle-bound pirate. It is not... Perhaps it is... Perhaps only explorers consider themselves important enough that they can stand in defiance of nature itself. One assumes that you are possessed of great strength for you to defy elsewhere herself.
We just want to get across to the island. There's something there we really need to see.
Your boldness has piqued my interest. I would have you... And the figure sits forward, and you see Boss Ungrinner place both hands on his knees. I would see this strength for myself. And Abe, you feel like arms push you forward until the five of you are in the pit. And the third figure that's just stepped out from the throne in front of you steps forward, and you hear the sound of a wooden club dragging along the floorboards. Show me the strength with which you would defy gods, Boss Ungrinner declares. And the figure in front of you that's flanking Boss Ungrinner, I'm going to immediately spend one of my 5 fear to spotlight, and he steps into the ring with the 5 of you. And Cass, you're at the front, right?
Yep.
Okay, unfortunately...
Oh no, the consequences of my action.
This Majani, muscly Majani man with a stretched, gaunt face, and what you notice to be scarecrow-style tattoos across his lips, in an almost like a rictus grin, strides forward with this great club and swings. Swings at you with... Oh, okay. He goes to swing at you, and first DM roll, I've rolled a 1. That's how we roll. as he goes to swing the club in your direction, he goes to swing the club in your direction, and like a hand shoots out and grabs his wrist, and Boss Ungriner like disarms the club, like removes the club from this Majani man. And there's a firm shake as this pirate tough sort of like steps down into the ring. And absolutely balls that up. Cass, let's go for you. What do you do?
Cass is going to... One sec, sorry, my things are being a bit slow. I think she's going to, at the swing, she is going to react by casting Blink Out.
Okay.
And she's going to teleport, like, with just this... I think I can just do it without having to roll. Let me just check. Oh, I have to make a spellcasting roll.
Okay.
So that is a...
So presence... I think, right?
Nice.
Okay, a 20 with hope. So you successfully cast... on a success, you can spend a hope to teleport to another point.
Yes,
So I should say that this room, is about... It's not a particularly big room at all, only sort of like 25-30 foot wide at most. So the pit is only sort of like 20 foot round in effect, with like Boss Ungriner sat on his throne at the far end of the room.
Yes, I assumed it was a small room. Is Gaddy nearby enough to me that I can grab him?
Yeah, so currently the five of you have all been shepherded into sort of like you're basically shoulder to shoulder in this fighting pit.
I think she's going to grab him, and with this sort of flicker of lightning, they are going to vanish and then just appear behind Cooper.
Okay. Okay, so you gain a hope for rolling hope. You then spend 2 hope, one for yourself and one for Gaddy. So -1 hope for you if you update that on the Foundry.
And at the same time, she's going to draw her pistol ready for her next go.
Okay. In which case, if any of you want to like jump in after a turn is finished, then holler. Otherwise, I'll just kind of go where's the camera pointing at naturally next. So if no one else wants to jump in, Coop, you've just had Cassandra and Gaddy disappear from in front of you, appear behind you, and suddenly you find yourself at the front of this group. So what do you do?
I mean, we don't have to fight, do we? We don't have to fight. This seems a bit silly. I think I'm just going to see if there's anything he can do. Interesting. It's like, we don't really have to fight or anything. I mean, luckily, you wouldn't be able to. You couldn't even hit me anyway. You didn't hit her. You can't hit me. So, I'm taunting or provoking a target. I can make a presence roll, and I can roll a number of d4s equal to my proficiency.
Okay.
And the target
so
must mark a stress. So 2d4.
So which ability is this, sorry?
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker. We'll get that in the chat.
So 6.
Okay, so if you make a presence check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Rolled with fear, but it's a 16.
Okay, a 16 with fear, so it does work. That is a pass with fear. So I will take a fear. Thank you very much. So I go back up to 5. So once per rest, run. So who are you like mocking? The Majani that swung and missed?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So 6 stress means you've absolutely destroyed this Majani's sense of self-worth.
Just missed as well, and then you're like, poor guy.
This Majani just stepped forward, like he's gone to swing at Cassandra. He's had his club caught by the captain. He's had it wrenched from his hands, and he's like, turned back to look. Looks a bit confused. Cass and Guardian then just vanish, and then you emerge and be like, yeah.
Nobody likes you anyway.
and like this Majani just sort of looks around, like visibly blushes, and yeah, it's just a bit flummoxed. I will. Okay, so yeah, he's got no stress left. I'm going to take over as you've rolled a fear. So as Cooper jeers at the Majani, the burly woman from behind steps forward, and she's going to, like, she's eyeing you up, Abe, because you look like a big old, you look like a worthy target. So she's going to attempt to goad you. So, oh god. So she looks to you and it's like she goes to she pushes on your back as if she's going to push you forward a few steps, and like you don't budge, presumably off the back of a 6. Like she. Like,
sorry, love. You trying to get past me, or what are you doing?
She pushes herself back, if anything, and she looks a bit confused. And like you hear a laugh coming from behind you, Abe, as Doubloon looks to her companion, No Knees, and she's like, "Are you going to do anything about this?" She says. So I'm going to immediately spend a fear to spotlight the other guy. So No Knees decides to get in on the action. And No Knees, it's steps forward and takes a massive swing, tries to take a massive swing at you, Abe. I can roll well. 12 to hit, Abe.
That will hit Abe.
Okay. Dealing a grand total of
nothing.
5 damage.
That's under my minor damage threshold.
So 1 hit point?
1 hit point, which I use an armor slot for. So that's fine. That's no damage.
Okay.
I think as he goes and swings with it, he's doing fists.
Yeah. He's just swung a fist at you.
Takes off his since before when they met at the sanctum, he obviously went back and got his equipment, and what looks like the door of like a garden shed is on his back, and he takes it off as a shield and just kind of places it in front of him, and they just kind of smash off of the front of his allotment shed shield.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, the two of them, one of them pushes you and forces herself back. The second one punches and then just punches a door. Unless anyone wants to step in, I think Abe's up next.
Happy to oblige. So with this movement of taking down his shield, his other hand goes back and shring, the biggest axe that you've ever seen comes out from his shoulder, between his shoulder blades, and he's gonna go for No Knees because he ain't got no knees.
Okay.
So Let's do this. Go this way. So he's going to swing his axe. That's a 21 with fear.
21 with fear. So it definitely hits dear old No Knees. Roll for damage.
Yes, sirree. It's gonna be that one. That's a 13.
Okay. Sure. So that is 13. So that is 2 damage. That is major damage to No Knees. So
I
he
would
drops down
like
to...
to spend a hope, please, as well.
Okay. Yes. What for?
I'm going to use my horns. If I succeed in an attack roll, I spend a hope, and I get to headbutt them.
Okay. Roll the d6.
I get an extra
spend the hope.
1d6. So let's just roll that one out. Extra 4. He just grabs his shoulders and just headbutts him right in the head.
Okay, so an extra 4, so that's actually a total of 17 damage, which is now severe damage. And as you, I'm gonna imagine you've just grabbed him by the shoulders and just nutted him.
Just nutted him right in the head.
And No Knees folds like wet paper as you, like 8 foot of keeper, like impacts into him via the forehead. No Knees like collapses down onto the ground, like holding a now bloodied and broken nose. Marvelous. Who wants to jump in next? Oh wait, it's a fear. I rolled a
It's
fear.
a fear. You get to
rolled a fear. So I'm going to as this happens, the boss is somewhat displeased with how this is going. I think, God, this is not going well. Pirates, is it? Okay, I'm from the back of the room. Boss Ungriner will, in inverted commas, join the combat, and from the back of the room he shouts out. So I'm going to spend another fear. Yes, show me that fury. Show me the fury or show me death. He bellows out. So he declares no quarter. So I'm going to target this at. I'm going to target this at Abe because you're the one that's just nutted one of his pirate toughs half to death.
It was self-defense. It was self-defense.
Abe, can I please have a presence roll, please? Reaction roll, so no hope or fear.
I just press normal.
I drop down to... yeah.
Oh, it's crit.
Oh, you crit. Okay, so if you've got a stress, you can clear one, but I don't think you do.
No, I do.
Okay, so yeah, so on a failure, okay, so on a success, you must mark a stress. So mark 1 stress, please.
I'm sorry. The tokens are so close together. I can't actually touch Abe's token. Just like you. Thank you.
Cool. There you go. Yes, so Boss Ungriner seemingly trying to raise the stakes, like trying to hype up his own pirates, it would seem. Maybe he's demanding that the pirates are in risk of promises of a watery grave. But in the aftermath of Boss Ungriner's declaration, does anyone want to step, like Guardy Griffin, like the two of you are kind of in the middle of the group. Whether you want to step in or are you leaving it to...
Oh, I'll get involved, yeah.
Okay, go Guardy, go.
I will close my eyes, mouth some words, and then with a pulse of green energy from my horn, it ripples outwards as my skin turns into the sapphire blue scales of the Jatak serpent. I'm a big old snake. I'm a big snake now. I'm gonna
You're a
spend.
big snake.
I'm gonna spend a couple of stress, a stress indeed, 2 turns of striking serpent form.
Okay, so not that anyone watching can see, but we can all watch as Gardy turns into a snake.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so as you turn
How big's
into
this snake? Are you like
what's-
normal sized snake? Just like a little snake? Or are you like a big snake?
It's tier 2, so I'm gonna guess it's like pretty significant.
Like a big snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's a bit like Mamba sized. Or
Yeah.
Anaconda sized, I should say.
Kind of, yeah,
Okay.
like a slightly skinnier anaconda, but blue, and with
Okay.
some little like head spines.
Amazing. So having just transformed into a blue snake, what do?
Are all of these scoundrels within very close?
Yes.
I'd like to make an attack against any number of targets within very close range, using my poisony bite. So I'm just gonna go crazy on these fools with my snake teeth.
Sure.
So let's do an attack.
So does it say what ability to use for this? Is it like a finesse or
Let's
agility?
see. Finesse, turns out.
Okay.
Let's do that. So just jump into my sheet. Right. Let's see, so that is, where's my finesse? Lovely. This will be an additional +1 due to my snake powers.
Okay. So what have you rolled +1? So a 12 with hope?
12 with hope. Any good?
A 12 with hope. So that, and it attacks it's attacked all 3 of the grunts, right?
Yeah, it says any number of targets within very close.
Unfortunately, there's 13s and 14s across the board, so
this is terrible.
Snake hasn't. The snake hasn't quite hit them, unfortunately. Is there anything else to add to it, or?
No, I'm just going to look a little bit embarrassed, I think.
As much as the snake can look embarrassed.
Yeah.
Well, I think this snake has emerged and then just started lashing out and nipping, and the 3 pirates jumped back because I thought we were fighting mooks, and now there's a snake, a very angry looking snake.
But we're all impressed, and that's the main thing.
Yes,
that'll
absolutely.
do. That'll have to do.
Okay, so as you've missed, it will pass over to me. I'm going to activate our declubbed boy. Just as an aside, what's Cooper looking like? What's Cooper's vibe right now?
His vibe is very. I think because all of this is happening quite quickly, so obviously it's going slowly around us. But I think he's still like, "What the hell did Cass just do?
Sure.
Why did she become lightning and peer behind me? That guy's just turned into a snake. Abe has just headbutted someone. What is going on? Why is the boss trying to get us to kill his own people? This makes no sense to me, but fine. I think he's like, well, this is what he wants. This is what he's going to get. Sort of vibe.
As you're thinking this, I'm going to make an attack against you.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Gadi rolled with hope, so surely it's our go, not yours.
Dag can spend a fear.
How dare? Okay, cool.
No,
Then yeah,
when you
go
miss, it
for
comes
it.
over to me.
Get me, get me.
Yeah, so a miss or fear comes over to me. So as you're sort of like looking around, and I imagine there's like slow motion as you're looking around, there's like a little song playing through your head as you just watch suddenly everything just explode into madness. And then as you're thinking that, an 18 to hit versus Cooper?
Oh yeah, that hit me. It's a shame because my evasion's really high, but it's still hit. Yeah.
Really high. Well, you, as you're like looking around, you suddenly feel something impact your ribs, and the world turns as you realise you're being lifted up. And as you look down, you realise that the Majani that's initially tried to take a swing at Cass has like run at you and effectively like rugby tackled you into the side, and you're currently being lifted up over this pirate's shoulder. The pirate will launch you. He launches you through the companions you find yourself with, and you collide with the side of the pit for 11 physical damage. But you also hear you hear a grunt of pain. The Majani has to spend a stress to do that, and as he's got no stress, he's going to take a hit point of damage instead. So he sort of like cuts himself on the spiky studs on the sheath of your leg, of your dagger sheath, like on your leg. So yeah, as he kind of spears himself, he's also launched you, Cooper, across the room.
Great. So fun.
And yeah, you can reduce that at 11 as you so wish.
Yeah, I'm just having a look to remind myself regarding armor. So my minor damage is 11. So if I use an armor slot, does it make it no damage, or is it?
So if it's at 11, you'd be
cool. So it's fine. So I'll just take the
Take one.
HP. Yeah. Cool. That's what I thought.
Cool.
So 1 HP. I think you just hear him yell like, "Ow!" As he just gets like.
Okay. Yes, you are punted across the room. I think Cooper, it's now your turn as you sort of like the world suddenly is a blur as you then collide with the side of this like wooden decking.
Would I be able to butt in very quickly?
Yes. Go.
Yes. This is Griffin. Go.
Griffin is going to run over to you, and he's like, "Cooper, are we in a fight?"
Yeah, we're in a fight. Help!
And he's gonna sort of really pat you on the shoulder and cast Paralela on you, which means when you shoot an attack, when you get a successful attack on someone, you can make it on another target. And I spend 2 hope to do that.
Thank you,
Amazing.
You got this, buddy.
Is that okay? Fine.
Okay, we pass back to Coop.
Coop is trying to decide. Just to check, because this would be a D&D thing, but I don't think Daggerheart would really have. I don't think it's been mentioned. With the crossbow, is there any disadvantage for me using the crossbow at close range? Because I am also close to everybody. Like usually,
the ranged attacks are only an issue if you're in like melee. So you've been launched clear of this mosh pit in the middle.
Sure.
There's 2 just trying to like wail on Abe at the back. There's the Majani in the middle that's just launched you, but now he's sort of like immediately in front of Cassandra, Gardy. So Griffin's joined you.
Cool. Okay, well then I would like to use my crossbow to fire at the chap who just threw me across the room because it's rude.
Okay.
And then can I also, if I succeed with this, I want to shoot at an additional target. So we'll see if I'm successful first.
So Griffin, what does your Paralela look like? Is it like 2 mirrored images, or is it like a magical beam that shoots off? Or
So basically, it's just sort of like you feel just like a sort of warm, almost kind of slightly uncomfortable feeling that sort of jots through your shoulder, but then sort of obviously moves towards your your hand that's holding your crossbow.
Nice. Okay. Wicked. Well, I'm going to try and shoot at the person who attacked me first. So, Cooper's crossbow, normal. That was rubbish. That was really rubbish. Gonna check. I could do nothing about it being really rubbish. No, I cannot. That's great.
Okay, a 9 with hope. Oh.
No, it's fine. It's all good.
Okay. In which case, yeah, as you go to fire the bolt. Well, perhaps as you lift your crossbow up, you're trying to get a bead on one of these 3 pirates, but they are just they are intermingled with everyone else that you're with. So perhaps you're more worried about firing the bolt into someone. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. In which case, I will switch back the so what's her name? So Doubloon Blythe. So the one that initially tried to push Abe, sizing up her prospects and realizing that perhaps there might be better solutions, she instead she tries to she grabs one of the tables, she rushes over and sort of pull. There's a snake now, right? So all bets are off. So she smashes a table to get a table leg, and she's going to swing at the snake. So she rolls a 21 to hit. Suspect as a hit.
That certainly is going to hit.
Can I interject?
That is certainly going to hit. You can.
Can I use my ability that I am a shield and to take a stress, and then I'll take the damage that would be hitting Guardy instead?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, if you mark your stress, if you pop the ability in chat so we can see.
Let me get this one up. It's that one.
Okay, so we're now been very close yet. You can mark stress. So you are the target of the attack instead. Okay, in which case, Guardy, you see this table leg flying at you in stereo snaker vision, and suddenly this shadow looms over you as this table leg collides into Abe for 9 damage.
I'll take an armor slot for that, and I will take no damage. Thank you very much.
Okay. Just catch it on the shield.
I just imagine it just hits his shoulder and just doesn't even do anything. Just
breaks. It breaks over your shoulder, and Doubloon just looks up at you with the. Oh no! It's she's tried pushing. She's tried a table leg. Who wants to jump in? I mean, Abe's. Abe stepped in, or.
I might have a bite round you if
have a
that's
bite,
all right.
Bite round me.
I'll have a little bite.
So, gotta go.
Yeah. But also plus another 1.
Nice.
Sweet. 20 with hope.
Fear.
Oh yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
21 with fear. Okay, so that's definitely a hit. Presumably you're attacking the lady that's just been table legged.
Yeah, and can I also use fearless to mark 2 stress and change that into a roll with hope instead, please?
You absolutely can. So I will deduct my fear that I've just awarded myself. Cool. Okay, so you spend 2 stress. It's now a 21 with hope, so you can gain a hope.
Lovely. So that'll be everyone in very close again. So is that still all the pirates, or just?
Oh yeah, that's all of
your
them.
friends. Sweet.
That is all
okay.
Of them.
So they'll all take my damage, which is Nestled.
I feel like these pirates are not long for this world.
2d8 plus 4. 13 damage to these silly pirates.
13 damage. Okay, so oh yeah.
Sorry, still going. Also, is it doubling the least injured looking pirate? Who's up in my business?
Yes, correct.
I would like. I can choose one of the targets that I hit to be poisoned. Her, please. Wild poison. Whenever she acts, she takes 1d10 damage.
1d10. Okay, go. So, in which case, you biting her for 13 does 8 is major damage. Beg your pardon. So she takes 2. The chap who's on the floor, having just been headbutted by Abe, he's looking to get up, and then your tail just whoosh, whips him across the face. So he takes another 2 damage, because I believe he takes major damage as well. And the tail, the whip crack is so savage that it knocks him unconscious. It's just like his head whips round, and he just collapses to the ground. And the Majani that is in amongst your midst, having just tossed Cooper like a sack of grain, is also takes major damage. Okay.
And I'll start slithering over towards Cooper as well, just to end up.
Okay, very, very good. Who wants to go after Gardy? Griffin? Or Cass? Cass. It's been a while since Cassandra's gone.
I think Cass will watch this chaos unfold around her, and she's already got her pistol out. And I think seeing the pirate tossing Cooper, even though she deliberately put him in harm's way to be tossed by a pirate, she will aim for that pirate. That I think has also just sustained major damage from the snake.
Yes. In fact, the Majani in your number, he's got. Perhaps he's being wrapped up, like his foot's been wrapped around by Gardy as a snake. So he's
yeah, she's going to go for him. She's so I think that's the. That's a 16 with fear.
16 with fear. That is definitely a hit.
Yeah. Let me just get up. 13.
13 damage is major damage. Okay. so as okay, zip. He's just picked Coop up, launched him across the room. Coop's like, falling to the side. Griffin skidded over, like, cast a spell again. Coop, you've got your crossbow up. You're frantically trying to figure out where to point. A pirate snapped a leg off a table, swung it at Abe. Abe's not moved as his leg smashes over his shoulder. Then, like, as she stood there dumbfounded, she's then been bitten by a snake the size of you all. The snake's just, like, whip-cracked another pirate into unconsciousness, wrapped around this Majani's foot, and then, like, in all of this chaos, Cass, you just saw, like, emerge, jump up, and placing this pistol against the sternum of this pirate. What does your pistol look like?
I think it's quite an old pistol. It's obviously been much used over the several decades that she's been around doing her thing. I think it's got an inscription on the side that you can't quite make out in the chaos. And when she fires it, there's like a little crackle of electricity that just goes along the barrel.
Okay, so in which case, as there's this like momentary flash of light, presumably there's a lightning charged mana crystal inside it. So yeah, as the room ignites in a flash of white, before this like bolt of lightning infused mana fires out the end of this this pistol, Coop, you look up, like, because you're frantically looking for someone to shoot, and the only thing that you notice is that Cass has planted your pistol into the chest of this Majani, pulled the trigger, and this Majani is flung backwards. Whereabouts were you shooting to kill or incapacitate?
Probably to kill at this point, really.
Okay. In which case, this Majani is picked up off his feet, launched backwards by the concussive blast, the force of your firearm, and like as he collapses to the ground, this smoking crater through his sternum. The room, I'm going to take a fear. The room stops, like everyone just stops as he hits the deck, and like the one poisoned woos it. So Doubloon Blythe, she's just like swaying slightly, and like she staggers back, and you just killed him, she says, like looking at you incredulously, and everyone looking at you, Cass, as like, yeah, everyone's just scattered around, and there's you with a literal smoking gun. I will argue for the consequences of your actions. Please take a stress as you realise that everyone is looking at you. You've just killed a man. And as silence spread, the silence is deafening, apart from like the heavy breathing, the heavy ragged breathing, and from the throne at the far end of the room, you hear like this slow clap come from Boss Ungrinner. Ruthless, he says, as he slowly stands. Maybe there is hope for you yet, he says, as he seemingly enjoys this gratuitous show of force. And as he slowly raises himself up from his throne, he looks down at the now cold, well, the cooling body of marooned Morton. You didn't know that because you killed him before you asked his name. Perhaps we can help you, and you can help us. But first, I will ask of you a favour. Morton here had some duties I wished him to perform, and in his stead, you will perform them, he says, looking at the five of you. Perform this job, and passage upon one of my vessels will be yours. And he holds a heavily scarred, calloused hand out. Are we in agreement? Who's shaking his hands?
His job is working behind the bar.
Who's gonna shake this hand? Please, whatever you do,
I don't have
do not
any
leave.
hands, so I can't.
This is true. Yeah, the four of you that can, do not leave Boss Ungrinner hanging.
We all just go for that. No, I feel like Cass did commit the murder. This is on her.
Okay.
She holsters the pistol and she reaches out and she shakes his hand.
In which case, Cass, as you shake the hand, and like as Boss Ungrinner's hand kind of closes around yours, it's surprisingly delicate as he shakes it, despite the fact you can feel his palm like scratching against yours. Cooper, as you've just watched everything that's happened, is this the cast that you remember?
It was certainly getting there.
Okay.
It's confirmed what he was fearing would happen for him.
In which case, as you peer upon the woman whom once you were married to, seemingly but perhaps a slightly different person to the one that you last remember seeing. As you all watch this handshake happen, elsewhere, the sounds of crashing waves are deafening, punctured by the staccato booms of pink and purple lightning arcing from the skies above to the ground below. There are panicked cries as the crew of the ship attempt to steady the vessel this close to the Isles. And some of the screams are cut short as a bolt of lightning arcs down onto the deck, incinerating a handful of the crew in an explosive blast. As the crew desperately try to anchor the ship close to the coast. Well, having anchored the ship close to the coast, there is a splash of water as two heavily armored feet land in the shallow waters. As the figure moves up onto the coast and is joined by a second who floats above the waves. The armored figure, clutching a spiked shield, a bejeweled sword hilt hanging from her waist, scans the stormy coast in front of her. And seemingly satisfied with her appraisal, she turns to look to the frail, elderly male figure hovering behind her. His features concealed by an old, tarnished, but distinctive pointed clawed mask. The shore looks safe, my lord, the woman calls out, turning her head slightly to regard the ship. And as another peal of thunder illuminates the coast, two burning green eyes radiate. A gaze from two burning green eyes peers out from behind a heavy horned helmet. The figure illuminated by a sickly green glow emanating from a cracked axe. The moment of your destiny draws near, my lord, shouts the armored woman on the coast. And the horned figure on the ship simply looks onwards. Congratulations, everyone, on completing episode 1 of campaign 3, the Titan Isles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. So, Congratulations, you did a fight. One of you did a murder. That's the hard-headed experience coming in, isn't it? That's
Yep.
yes. Welcome to the shores of Dawlishal, to the town of Dawlishal. Welcome to the shores of the Titan Isles. This is the start of a 20-session campaign, playing weekly. So you'll see us here for hopefully the next 19 Mondays as we delve further into the mysteries around Dawlishal, the weird events, and these mysterious figures. Who might they be? Who knows? Who knows? So, yes, absolutely. If you are new here, hello, hi. Subscribe if you haven't, or follow us on Twitch if you're watching over there. We'll tune in next week when we have episode 2. And in the meantime, we've got loads and loads of other stuff, including 2 other full campaigns and a Daggerheart beta playtest set in the setting of Elsewhere for you to catch up with as well. Pop your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, anything like that in the chat. I've been really, really impressed with just the amount that chat has been saying. So thank you for all of that. I'm whistling a little bit, so I think it's time to say, let's turn you down. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all, you 5, for playing. And we will see you all next week for more Campaign 3 Titan Isles. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.